Okay, hello everyone. We will kick off the week's review of the mental game. Probably won't be as long tonight as previous nights. Two reasons. I have less to say and less to review. It's a shorter session. And I was up at 3:30 this morning to fly to Florida to attend the PGA show with the whole core team. So most of the team are out at the show. Myself and Brandon, we are relaxing in the house. Coach Kevin is asleep somewhere in the house. So I'll present. We'll do a review. I'll make it quick, and then I'll stay online for questions at the end and in any specific stuff that people want to do. So this will be a generic review. I'll stop the recording, and then any specific questions, I'll stay on to give some guidance and advice. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go straight in with the video. Can everyone see the video? Just give me a thumbs up if you can see the YouTube video. We can see the YouTube video on the screen, everybody? Yeah. Thank you. Okay. Turn the volume to the max. Okay, so this was this week's video, so I'll play it, and then I'll give a quick analysis of why I selected this video.
So, Coach, how strong is Westview this year?
A lot stronger than we are.
You already written Friday night down as a loss, Brock?
Well, not if I know we could beat them.
Come here, Brock. You too, Jeremy.
What, am I in trouble now?
Not yet. I want to see you do the death crawl again, except I want to see your absolute best.
What, you want me to go to the 30?
I think you can go to the 50.
50. I can go to the 50 if nobody's on my back.
I think you can do it with Jeremy on your back. But even if you can, I want you to promise me you're going to do your best.
All right.
Your best.
Okay.
You going to give me your best?
I'm going to give you my best.
All right, one more thing. I want you to do it blindfolded.
Why?
Because I want you giving up at a certain point when you can go further. Get down. Jeremy, get on his back. I get a good tight hold, Jeremy. All right. Let's go, Brock. Keep your knees off the ground, just your hands and feet. There you go. A little bit left. A little bit left.
I'll bet he does.
There you go. Show me good effort. That way, Brock. You keep coming. There you go. It's a good start. A little bit left. A little bit left. There you go, Brock. Good strength. That's it, Brock. That's it.
Not at the 20 yet.
Forget the 20. You give me your best. You keep going. That's it. No, don't stop, Brock. You got more in you than that.
I ain't done. Just resting a second.
You got to keep moving. Let's keep moving. Let's go. Don't quit till you got nothing left. There you go. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving it. Your very best. Your very best. Your very best. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. Don't quit on me. Keep going. Keep driving it. Keep your knees off the ground. That's it. Your very best. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go. That's it. You keep driving. Keep your knees off the ground. Keep driving it. Don't quit till you got nothing left. Keep moving, Brock. That's it. That's it. That's it. Keep going. I want everything you got. Come on. Keep going. It hurts. Don't quit on me. Your very best. Keep driving. Keep driving. There you go. There you go.
He's heavy.
I know he's heavy.
I'm fine strength.
Then you negotiate with your body to find more strength, but don't you give up on me, Brock. You keep going. You hear me? You keep going. You're doing good. You keep going. Do not quit on me. You keep going. I know it. You keep going. You keep going. It's all hard from here. 30 more steps. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Keep going. It's all. You keep going, Brock. Come on. Come on. Keep going. Come on, Brock. Give me more. Give me more. Keep going. 20 more steps. 20 more. Keep going, bro. Give me your back. Don't quit. No. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Rock Kelly, you don't quit. Keep going. Keep going. Go, Rock Kelly. You don't quit on me. No, you keep going. You keep going. Go. 10 more steps. 10 more. 10 more. 10 more. Keep going. Don't quit. Give me yours. You can. You can. 5 more. 5 more. Come on, Rock. Come on. Don't quit. Don't quit. Come on. One more. One more. Good, bro. You're in the end zone. Brock, you are the most influential player on this team. If you walk around defeated, so will they. Don't tell me you can't give me more than what I've been seeing. You just carried a 140-pound man across this whole field on your arms. Brock, I need you. God's gifted you with the ability of leadership. Don't waste it.
Coach?
Can I count on you?
Yes. Coach?
What is it, Jeremy?
KOHR 160.
All right. Who's next?
So the reason that we watched that video, I'll share my screen again. This time I'll go to the whiteboard. Was the following. I wanted to put across what science and research teaches us about goal setting, but I wanted to do it in a more inspiring and student-friendly way. So when we were in the class, and I'm just going to share the answers here in the interest of time and the review, but when we were in the class, I asked the students, okay, what was Brock's outcome goal? What were performance measures that he had on the way to that performance goal? And what were processes that the coach's influence changed in Brock? So previously, he'd done that challenge and the outcome he achieved was very poor. I think maybe he got to the 20 or the 30. So when his coach is asking him to be a leader and be an example, they set the outcome goal of him getting to the 50-yard line. On the way to the 50-yard line, there's obviously measurements on the pitch that are going to tell you how far he got. So in this instance, the performance measures were the distance markers on the floor. So he had an outcome goal of getting to the 50. And as he took on this challenge, there were some performance measures on the way. So if he failed to get to the 50, maybe he got to the 30, so we can measure his performance. If he was trying to get to the 50 and he gets to the 55 or 60, we know he's exceeded his outcome goal by a certain amount. So there's performance measures. Now, the interesting thing, one of the things I really want the students to pick up on is the coach did two things. the blindfold. So the fact that Brock got blindfolded really created a process of what we would call removing the outcome. So the blindfold didn't let him see where he was. So he didn't know where he was on the field. So he couldn't be focused on the end goal. He was just focused on that one step in front of him in his mind. And he was focused on giving his all. He was focused on effort. He was focused on commitment and the very next step, and then the very next step, and then the very next step. So ultimately, the blindfold really helped him become process focused and not outcome focused. And the interesting thing that a lot of students picked up very well was that because of this, he actually exceeded his outcome goal by a huge amount, by 50 yards. He ended up in the end zone, which is 100 yards total. And a lot of the students concluded, and I agree with this, if he didn't have the blindfold on, when he got to the 50, he probably would have stopped. So one of the things that we discussed and that we concluded is that outcome goals can be limiting. So the blindfold, the coach putting the constraint of the blindfold over his eyes, removed the outcome, and it removed any limits from in his brain. He was just focused on effort and commitment to that next step, that next step, that next step. So that was the first thing that was very interesting about this video and the process side of it. The second thing was the coach's encouragement. In the class, we spoke a little bit about the coach's encouragement and what we felt that that did to Brock. Previously, when he failed the challenge and he only got to the 20 or the 30, it's likely that his own internal dialogue in his brain, his own self-talk, was probably quite negative, quite defeatist, non-caring. And he gave up very early on. This time, with the blindfold removing the outcome and the coach encouraging him, we concluded in the class that Brock's self-talk, the way he spoke to himself, because he was fueling off the coach's words. There were some external words coming into his brain, but internally he started to process them in a positive way, and it changed the way he talked to himself. And we believe that also contributed to him getting this very good outcome. So ultimately, the video highlights that the outcome goal of 50 was actually very limiting. The processes that the coach put in place, the blindfold to remove outcome focus, and the encouragement to change Brock's self-talk were pivotal on the journey to him really exceeding his goal. That's what we learned from that video, and that's in line with the science and research on goal setting. And if we think of our 9 building blocks, one of them is goal setting. So the final conclusion from the class is goal setting can't just be about an outcome. I want to win. I want to shoot 74. A good goal setting framework is you can set an outcome, but you must understand when you set an outcome that they can be limiting and that they are low control. And as a human, if you focus on something that's low control, you can be stressed. So I'm not asking students to not set outcome goals. I think there are certain level of benefits to outcome goals. But what I am asking is they understand the limitations and the stress that can come if you do not complement your outcome goals with some performance metrics or measures and some process goals. So this is a very nice framework that if a child can understand this, I want to achieve X. So the performance measurements I'm going to put in place are Y. And these processes will give me the best chance of, number one, achieving this, but number two, processes are high control. So they will help the student relax and enjoy the journey, enjoy working towards this goal. So to sum up again, we set an outcome goal. That's fine. We just need to understand that outcome goals are limiting and low control. And if we focus on something that is low control, we will be stressed. So every time we set an outcome goal, it's vital that we support this outcome goal with some performance measurements or metrics that we're going to trace that will give us an indicator if we're moving closer to this, and some processes that will provide the mental foundation and the base to support the outcome. And we literally watched that happen in 5 minutes in that Facing the Giant clip. So then finally, I asked the students, okay, I want you to apply this into golf. I want everyone to set an outcome goal, some performance measures that will indicate if you're getting closer to this outcome goal, and then some processes that will support it. And one of the best questions I got asked was, if you're setting an outcome goal, can you create additional performance goals and additional process goals to support that? And my answer was yes. I believe that is an awesome idea. So you might set one outcome goal. You might have 2 performance goals that can help you achieve that. And you might set 3 process goals to support that. The other question was, if an outcome goal is limiting, and if an outcome goal can create stress, is it okay to not set the outcome goal and just maybe set some performance goals and some process goals that we want to engage in that we know will just get us better? And I said, yes, I agreed with that. If that's what a student wants to do, that's personally fine. So that's down to the individual. Me personally, in some areas of my life, I would want to set the outcome goal because I know that that measure leads to the next step for something else. So I have to hit that. Other areas of my life, I would not want to set the outcome goal, and I would be more relaxed, and I would be very performance related and process orientated the whole way through. So that's down to the individual and what they want to do. And we can meet personally and talk about that. So I'll give an example. A lot of students were talking about, I want a scoring average lower than 75. One performance goal that will help me get there is to get club head speed on my driver up to 100 miles an hour. And another performance goal might be to have less average, less than 32 puts. So great. We've got an outcome. And if you in practice can track your club head speed getting higher and higher and higher, that is a great performance metric that could suggest, yes, you are likely to achieve your outcome goal, because as your club head speed gets faster, you'll hit it further, you'll be closer to the green, golf will be somewhat easier. So I like that. That was great. Less than 32 putts in a tournament. Again, if you're currently having 36, 35 putts, and you're keeping track of these stats from tournaments, and you want to have 32 putts, that should have a positive impact on your scoring average, and is something that you can trackable, you can track. It's a performance metric that you can trace that will indicate if you're getting closer to your goal. Okay, so you might not see progress in this at first, which could be discouraging, but you might see progress in these things, which will be encouraging. And if you're not seeing progress in these things, that's when it's your job and the coach's job to sit down and review how you're practicing, or how you're thinking, or how you're planning your performance on the golf course and your practice. And then finally, obviously, processes. And this is really where I want all the students to live. Be aware of this. Check in and review and reflect on this, but on a daily basis, live here. So this might be 5 times a week. I stretch with the program that Kevin has designed for me. 3 times a week, gym work. And the last 15 balls of every session, I hit as hard as I can, following the information that Coach Mai's given me from competing in World Long Drive. Something you can 100% control, something you can 100% control, something you can 100% control. You do these, you're likely to get some data that suggests this is coming. It's going to have a positive impact on that. You might set a process goal to work on tempo with the putter 2 times a week, and to play a game of PGA Tour putt every time you come to the indoor center and track your score. Now, that process would give you another performance metric as well. So we can see, again, just to summarize, and again, very much in line with the video Facing the Giants, one of the 9 psychological characteristics for developing excellence is goal setting. In general, I think goal setting is poorly taught. I do not like the structure of SMART goals. I do not like students necessarily following that realistic, timeable, attainable. And anyone who wants to talk to me about that, I can explain why. I like this structure. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to measure the journey there. And these are the daily habits that I can control that are going to get me there. Students are aware of this. They reflect and review and check in on this. But on a day-to-day basis, they live here and they create a process-orientated mindset, controlling what they can control, feeling relaxed, feeling fulfilled, feeling engaged on the journey trying to get there. So every time you set an outcome goal, every time you decide this is what I want, we need to be setting performance goals and process goals. So that's it from me. That's this session reviewed. I'm going to stop the recording.